Big 12 football going back to divisional play? Dennis Dodd, CBS Sports. Welcome to episode 426 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our channel. Smash that like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. Let's not waste any more time. It's a more interesting subject to talk about now than it was 6 months ago, a year ago, because of those possibilities of those automatic qualifiers. I will circle back to that. Dennis Dodd, Big 12 back to divisions. The league mulls college football playoff automatic qualifier options with playing games at the forefront. With the college football changes on the horizon, the Big 12 is considering its options to find its place. Dennis Dodd, the retiring Dennis Dodd, Kansas City, Mizzou. The Big 12 will continue to grow. That is, if you believe the possibilities going forward regarding the automatic qualifiers in the college football playoff. That's a reference to the possibly more Big 12 games, not more Big 12 teams, as the format and structure of the playoffs begin to take shape for the 26th season when the new 6-year deal with ESPN begins. Some are almost resigned, a lot of them are, to the fact there will be automatic qualifiers in the field at the urging of the Big Ten and the SEC. Their proposed model 442211 means 4 AQs each for the Big Ten and the SEC, 2 each for the ACC and the Big 12, 1 at-large spot, and 1 for the highest-ranked Group of 5 conference champion. After making the rounds this week at the Big 12 tournament, it is clear the conference has begun to consider its place in that new world of the 442211. Commissioner Brett Yormark has not publicly committed to the AQ model for its conference, but it's fair to say every league has at least considered the concept of playing games for those AQ spots. Let me ask you something, Yormark replied to a questioner Tuesday at a tournament kickoff press conference. Do you think I'm shy or no? CBS Sports reported on the details of the playing games in December. While the possibilities are preliminary and almost endless at this point, there are at least 2 models to consider to determine those 2 Big 12 auto qualifiers. Number 1, the top 4 regularly seasoned teams qualify with the number 1 seed playing the number 4 seed and the number 2 playing the number 3. The 2 winners on that championship weekend in December would advance to the college football playoffs. If you use last year's standings, these matchups would have been number 1 Arizona State versus 4 Colorado and number 2 Iowa State versus number 3 BYU. Number 2, the 16-team league could split into 2 divisions, looking a lot like the old Big 12. One possibility is the 2 first-place teams in each division would qualify along with teams with the next 2 best records. Don't even start with the tiebreakers in that scenario. Let's take it a step further and dream up of the composition of those 2 divisions based on geography. The Big 12 West, Arizona State, Arizona, BYU, Utah, Texas Tech, Colorado, TCU, and Houston. The Big East would comprise of Baylor, Iowa State, Kansas State, UCF, Cincinnati, Oklahoma State, and West Virginia. Again, based on last year's standings, the matchups would go the same way. Arizona State, Colorado, Iowa State versus BYU. In that setting, each team would play a 7-team round-robin schedule against the teams in its divisions. There would be 2 crossover games. You're way ahead of the things in that scenario above. If you've already noticed, 3 of the 4 playing teams would come from the West Division. Again, Dennis Dodd talked about how the top 2 in each divisions would automatically go in the playoff in the play-in, 4-team play-in, but then it would be the next 2 teams with the best records. Not necessarily the top 2 in one division and top 2 in the other division. In both play-in structures, there is no outright conference champion. In one iteration, the 2 winners would be declared co-champs. And another, a team with the best record could be declared the regular season champion. But that gets complicated. The Big 12 has had its share of complications. In 2014, the first year of the CFP, TCU and Baylor were declared co-champs during a time where the league didn't have a championship game. Because of that philosophy, neither TCU nor Baylor got into the 4-team field. This would be different. If everybody is okay with co-champs, and they might be given the benefits, the Big 12 would be adding an extra postseason game. That would probably take some sort of rule change from the NCAA, but given the current landscape that's seemingly changed by the day, the association wouldn't likely stand in its way. Also think creatively. One of the games could be played at AT&T Stadium, perhaps the other on campus. The Big 12, along with the other conferences, would have to go back to the right holders and ask for more money for the additional games. The biggest hurdle remains getting the AQs instituted in the first place. While Yormark has straddled the fence, ACC Commissioner Jim Phillips has been adamantly against the proposal. The stakeholders have been warned extensively about doing so by media analysts. FBS conferences meet again April 3rd to discuss the matters further. I think it's fair to say I represent the conference pretty aggressively when I'm in those forums, Yormark said. It's important for us to be heard, and we are, and I would say the relationship among the commissioners for the Power Four has never been better. We don't agree on everything, but we have a mutual respect factor that exists. We hear each other out. I feel really good about where we are situated. There it is, Dennis Dodd's CBS Sports article that came out today, Friday, March 14th. Let me give you my take on it. There is a lot of reasons why these big old conferences got rid of their divisions and went to one division, or if you want to say no divisions, just one conference standing. One of the reasons is their media partners wanted it. They wanted bigger brands to be able to play each other more often. In divisional play, that is sometimes difficult to do. So the media partners wanted no divisions. Also, the athletic directors of these large conferences did not want divisions anymore because they wanted to play each other more often. But there is a bigger reason, or I should say as big a reason, why the divisions went away. Because the conferences wanted to make sure that they had the best opportunity to get their teams into the expanded college football playoffs, to get it into the 4-team playoffs, and now the expanded college football playoffs. The division setup, sometimes you would have a team, a possibility of a team that would probably be the 3rd, 4th, 5th best team in the conference, and they might upset your best team in the college and the conference championship game, and then you won't have any team making the playoffs from your conference. But that big negative about divisional play is about to go away. If the 4-4-2-2-1-1-1, if that happened, and I think it is going to happen, we've been saying it for a long time here at Peek Around the Corner since last September. We think it's a fait accompli. If the Big 12, for this example, and we're using it on episode 426, if they know they're going to get 2 AQs every single year and the possibility of getting another one coming in from the Big 12 as an at-large team, the divisional play no longer is a negative factor in that. If you're going to get two, no matter what, maybe going in divisional play, having the round robins, having teams be more regional in your conference, building up. Basically, you're going to have 7 permanent rival games within your division. and then you get 2 crossover games. So you're going to play everybody in your conference at least one time every 4 years. Maybe with those 2 automatic qualifiers, the Big 12 is looking back at possibly going back to divisions. It sounds like it from Dennis Dodd of CBS Sports. I don't think it's the chalk. I don't think it's the favorite. But that big negative component about divisional play, where it could screw up your ability to get teams in your conference into the playoffs, well, that is going away with the automatic qualifiers. So maybe, just maybe, divisional play might get back into the good graces of some of these commissioners, possibly Yormark. And again, what the Big 12 is trying to do, they're trying to set up a situation where they don't just have a Big 12 conference championship game. They're going to have 2 games. They want to have 2 games to sell to Fox, ESPN, right? 2 games. Now, they already have the championship game sold to one media partner, but maybe the other one going to Fox, maybe the other playing game, more money for the Big 12. I think Fox would be interested. Put down your comments and thoughts in the comments section below the video. I think the Big 10 is going to go to 3 playing games. I think the SEC is going to go to 3 playing games. The Big 12 wants to have 2 playing games. Is divisional format, is that the best route to take? The Big 12 is looking into it. We're going to keep up on this story here at Peek Around the Corner. Again, put down your comments and thoughts. Let me know if you think this is a bad idea. Let's not go back to divisional play. Or maybe we should in the Big 12. Until next time, from all of us at College Football's Peek Around the Corner to all of you, please, you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.